Hey guys, welcome back to the Better Project. This episode, we've got David Kumar. How are you?
Very good. What's up, guys?
Good to connect with you again, bro. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Too long, man. Too long.
How's all the traveling going?
Yeah, very good. Can't complain, man. It's sort of just starting out, but it's growing a lot faster than I thought. So
Yeah.
got heaps of things coming, man. So very excited. Very
Who
excited. We'll
was the
touch on that
first
a little bit.
destination you guys went to?
Caloundra, man. Big Four Caloundra.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really good, man. Just the facilities, the people, the location, the friends that I went with. It was a great experience. Just let us down a little bit because it started raining. So
Yeah.
obviously, raining and camping don't get along as much, but it was good. It was good. Good journey.
So take me back to young David. What was your upbringing that like?
Look, man, probably wasn't the ideal upbringing, if I'm being honest. I was born and bred in New South Wales. Dad left when I was pretty young. So it was pretty much a two-person show growing up with mum. But it was great, you know. Mum taught me a lot. She was a hard worker, whatnot. Yeah, so pretty much we went from there, and then she got remarried, had my brother, and then pretty much when I hit about 14, my stepfather actually had a stroke. So that was probably a changing point in my life because that's when I sort of went, oh, I've got to stop being a kid and sort of become a man.
Yeah.
Because not only did I have to look after him, you know, sort of like I have to help look after mum and my brother. So from probably the age 14 and a half, I started working, man. So I was going to school, finished school, and then I'd go to footy training. I was playing Junior Wests at the time, Harold Matthews. So I did that, finished that training session, done finished about 8 o'clock at night, finished that, go home, shower, eat, and then literally catch a train to Mascot in New South Wales. And I used to work in a factory till about 3 in the morning. And then,
Fuck.
yeah, finished that, yeah. And then catch a train back, go to sleep, go to school, footy training, go to work.
Do
So
you wish you
it's
had
just
more of a
unbelievable.
childhood?
Look, I probably wouldn't change a thing, to be honest. It's made me who I am today. The love that I have for my wife and my kids, yeah, it's a whole different beast. I look at life differently. I'm constantly positive. I try to put out positive vibes. I'd like to think that's the case. Obviously, with everybody that I meet, you know, it's just positive vibes, man. It's got to push. Always got to work hard. There's no time to be sitting back and sort of wondering, you know, what could be. So yeah, definitely, man.
Did your father leaving you at an early age and then your stepfather having a stroke affect you
Mm.
mentally at all?
Um, Look, at the beginning, it did. It was sort of like, you know, what's going on? You know, what do I have to do? Am I doing something wrong on my end? So mentally, it did, and sort of going through having my own kids, and sort of thinking to myself, am I doing the right thing? You know,
Yeah.
am I providing the right amount of love, the right amount of care? Am I doing too much? Am I doing too less? But then after a while, I sort of fell away because I could just see, you know, the beautiful kids that they were becoming. And that sort of validates how good, you know, what you're doing is obviously rubbing off on them.
Yep.
So yeah. No, mentally, like I've probably haven't. I'm in such a good place. I'm in such a good place at the moment. So yeah,
What's it like being a father? How many kids you got? 3, is it?
three, man. I've got three. Yeah, I've got a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 6-year-old. So I got
Yeah.
two boys and a little girl. I'm not going to lie, right now she's so spoiled. I get in trouble for it every time. But you know what? Again, I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, I love my boys. You know, they're strong, growing up very strong. Good. Just watching, like you always think to yourself, you know, okay, this is who they're going to be, but they just surprise you every day. There's always
Yep.
something new that comes out of them, and you think to yourself, man, I couldn't be more proud of you. You keep doing what you're doing, and I want to support you as much as I can. So, yeah.
Mm. And for our listeners, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
34.
34. Yeah.
I'm turning 34 August 29th, so 33 now.
Sweet. And
Yeah,
the
man.
kid's 14, man. It's getting to the tough ages where they start to rebel a bit.
It is, and look, I'm not going to lie. We actually touched on this the other day with the missus, man. Like the eldest one, kind of starting to see a couple of things here and there. You know, just he automatically just, you know, not talks back, but, you know, says something you think, excuse me, like you didn't do that a couple of years ago. Where's that coming
Yeah.
from? You know, even at school, you know, like testing the boundaries and stuff. He's in year 7 now, so it's high school.
Yeah. This will teach you about your parenting skills, won't it? You'll learn a lot.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready, man, but let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get it.
At least by the time your daughter grows up to that age, you'll be kind of prepared.
No, I'm not going to let her grow up, man. So
Nah.
I'm not going to GPS ankle bracelet, lock the doors.
This little girl forever, eh?
That's it, man. Always, brother. Always, man. No, always.
So talk to me about footy. How old were you when you started playing?
Man, I was a late bloomer, right? You hear people about starting, when they're about 5, 6. I started off when I was probably about 11, man.
Yeah, I started when I was 10.
Yeah. So I started off really late, and I started off with Union. There was school that had a rugby sevens program, and then I was really fast. I was probably one of the fastest at school. Definitely in my grade. So it was sort of like, hey, do you want to come and play sevens? And I was like, oh, sure, why not? Obviously, growing up, I watched rugby league, and it was amazing to watch. But I was always that skinny little Fijian Indian kid. So it was sort of like, and then you see all these big Polynesian boys. You think, man, do I want to get in between that and stuff? And so, and it gave that a go. And absolutely loved it, hey. Just the thrill of it, the contact, the thought process behind it, mentally, physically. And then, then the year after, turned about 12, got into league. I was because they finally introduced it into our school. Actually, it was always rugby in the school, and then rugby league came along, and they were like, "Hey, guys, want to give this a go?" And I was like, "I'm in. I've watched it. I love it. I'm in." And then, just gave that a go for a couple of years, and then later on, obviously, Harold Mats came along. We were playing obviously a weekend game, and selections were on. 3 games over 3 weeks, and just got the tap on the shoulder saying, if you're interested, here's a letter for your parents, get them to sign it, and then meet us at Campbelltown Stadium for a trial. So went there, and it was crazy, man. It was like a whole different world because I started so late, and sort of competitive rugby league wasn't a part of my life earlier on. So I sort of was just like, this is so much to take in. I'm at a stadium right now. They're telling me to put on a West jersey.
Think you're on the big stage, eh?
Yeah, man. And next thing you know, you're on that field that you watch every weekend, and you think to yourself, "Oh, man!" It was crazy. So, believe it or not, the first trial I actually went to, I didn't get in, but I got a second chance. And I'm going to the Southwest Academy of Sports. Yeah. So I went there, and then after we played a couple of games with that against all the other academies, then I got a call up. So, come down, come train with us, 3 times a week at Woodland Centre in Liverpool. And that's where I sort of started. So I was at West for a couple of years, Harold Matthews, SG Ball, and then moved on to Parramatta. And that was pretty good. That was sort of through, I guess, because I was playing where I was, I kind of had friends that were playing out that way.
Yep.
So trial came along, and they're like, come and trial, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I had to go out there and show them what I could do. And then, so it was good. Got the call for that, and that was pretty good because I was always a Para fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was sort of like, playing for the club that you could hopefully one day play for, which was amazing, man. So, I mean, I've got a couple of jerseys from back then, man. So this is what is this one? This is my SG Ball one, actually.
Oh, that's mad.
The 16, that was pretty good. Original back then. And then also, do you remember Jim Beam Cup, man?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, bro. Wentworthville, right there.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Number 18. Guy pulled out straight in. Thank you very much. Footy was, it would have been the dream to obviously go on and play the NRL. But, you know what the percentages are like. I'm sure Ice was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. So, that's pretty much where it sort of stayed at. And then, it was sort of good sort of to touch on that competitive elite environment again when we were at the Panthers.
Yeah.
Doing that elite academy thing. And it was good to be a part of it again, you know what I mean?
Why do you think you never made that, next step to say the NRL or played a lot of reserve grade or,
Look, if I'm being honest with you, I'm going to this has probably touched on me a lot too, is probably the commitment side of things. Yep. When I was younger, it was sort of like asking mates to take me with them, players that were currently playing and families there, because mum was so focused on work and, I wouldn't take that away from her because if she didn't do that, I wouldn't have been in the position that I was. Do you know what I mean? So I think it was that sort of not being able to be where I'm supposed to be when I was supposed to be there, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
And then, just sort of slipped away. And I actually had my first child when I was 21. So obviously when I met you at Panthers, I had 3 kids already.
Yeah.
I mean, and how old were we then, man? It's 2015, bro. That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that took over. And to me, at that time, and you kind of hear it here and there too, I felt like that was more important than football at the time. I thought me supporting my family was probably a bit more important than focusing on sport at the time. And like I said before, I wouldn't change anything, man. I'm happy, love where I'm at, love my family. I wouldn't have changed a thing. So
yeah, that's what I've now found out. There's more to life than footy.
100%, 100%, man, 100%.
Who's the top players that never really went on that you've played with?
Top players
that had all the talent in the world but never made it.
Bro, I don't know if you've heard, but just almost Liverpool boys.
Yeah.
Right. There was a couple of boys that I played with there that were all playing reps at the time as well. There was a guy named Josh Tonga. This guy was an absolute monster, bro. Like, he would be leveling guys when we were playing. Like, nearly every game we played, someone ended up in hospital. Because he was just like Sonny Bill Williams on freaking, I don't know, you know what I mean? Just killing us. See, the thing is that I played with a couple, like, Shannon McDonald.
Yep.
Do you remember him? He was at West. Yeah, so he came up and he did pretty well, but then sort of, veered off a little bit, ended up playing Super League. So I feel like he could have been something as well because, man, he was talented. I just don't feel like he got the time that he probably needed.
Yep.
Those guys like Isaac De Gois, Liam Fulton, all these guys, man. But, that was probably one guy. Josh Tonga, he was probably one guy I thought he's going to make it everywhere. I went to school with Tony Williams, who obviously started off at, he was at Para originally, but, went to Seagulls, the Bulldogs. I feel like he did have a pretty quick rise, but at the same time, I don't know what happened, man. Just like he had the world at his feet. And there was a time where I messaged him. I was like, bro, what's going on, man?
Yeah,
like,
he was a beast.
What are you doing, bro? Like, you're an absolute beast, man. Like, this guy was like tearing up Origin, you know what I mean? Just crazy, bro. But yeah.
What superstars did you play with that actually did go to play NRL?
Bro, that going back then, it's all your Minto boys, your Haynes, your Inus.
Oh, you played with them, did you?
Yeah, way back then, man. Like, way back. So, but again, these guys were superstars. I was nowhere near these guys. Do you know what I mean? I was probably that guy. I was sort of watching them at training, going, "Oh man, I'm gonna be with these guys and not knowing these guys." These guys kept going. I was like, "Wait." You know what I mean? So that was I'm from that era. All those boys that were born in 86, 87, 89. So yeah, all these Cabramatta boys that they used to play then, and the Campbelltown Kangaroos, City Kangaroos, all those teams, man. So pretty strong comp back then, the West comp, and the Para comp. So yeah, that's where all these boys came from.
And what was the highest grade you played? Was it Jim Beam Cup?
Jim Beam, man, and that was probably one game because that's that number 18 on the back there. So.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So once you finished school, what happened then? Like, what'd you do?
So once I finished school, I sort of, again, because I was so focused on family and work, school was there and I knew I had to do it to obviously progress further in life. But I was just so committed with home life and working and making sure everyone's so good.
What did you do for work?
So I was working like in a warehouse. It was like an import-export business with clothing.
Yep.
So they would pretty much, and these were like designer dresses, man. Like these dresses were not below $200. But at the time, being so young, I was like, oh, it's just a dress. It's just an outfit. And we'd pack them, we'd seal them, and then obviously send them off. So that's pretty much what I was doing for work at the time then. But then by the time I finished school, I was sort of like, didn't get probably where I wanted to be. Footy was sort of slipping away too because I was sort of getting at that older age, and I was sort of like, what do I do? Where do I go? So I ended up going to TAFE, man. Did a nursing certificate. So I did a bit of that for a while, and just continued that. And it was just sort of like jobs here and there. And then I met my wife a couple of years later, and then sort of went serious from there. Started getting into banking jobs.
Yep.
And then that's pretty much where it went from there. Just stayed in banking for about 5-6 years. Left banking for a bit. Did the sports development thing. Went on to do a bit of sports science work at Mounties in the Canterbury Cup, which is
what was that like?
That was amazing, man. It was just, as players, as you'd know too, you rock up, go to the sheds, everything's done for you. You get dressed, you do your warm-ups, you go out there, you play a game, come back, again, you pick up everything and you go. But being, I guess, what can I say? Behind all the action, you just get to see so much more on how it all works. The day-to-day activities that they have to do or we have to do in order for those players to go out there and perform the best that they can.
Was Isaac John playing there that year?
He was not, man. No, I did see, I think the year after, wasn't it? I think 2016 he went there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and I was sort of like, when I saw it, I was like, dang, it would have been good to see him. Because I remember seeing him around at Panthers, bro, when we were there a couple of times. But it's good to see where he's gone now, though, man. Super proud of him. You can see how much effort and like everything he's put into where he's at today. And it's really paying off. But we had a good year that year, man. Like we were, I think every grade for Mounties were sitting first.
Yeah.
Like it was just won premiers everywhere. Ended up losing in the grand final to Newcastle, I think it was.
That was 2016, was it?
The year after. We did 2015, I think. Yeah, 2016,
yeah, because
the year after.
I was at St Mary's that year and we versed Mounties in the grand final.
Yeah, there you go. How good did you play against Micah Siva?
No, but he came to St Mary's maybe the year after that.
Yeah, I think you did, man. I remember when he first came.
Yeah,
we were at Mounties, the actual the club, the RSL club, and we were using the gym there because I think our field was closed down. Anyways, everyone's working out. I'm going around doing my checks as a sports scientist, and this bloke walks in, and I was like, oh, this Fijian guy, He was a lot slimmer than he is now.
Yeah,
just fresh faced, man. And he came in. It was so good to just see him get involved in everything. After they got him registered, he started training with the boys. I think it was the first week, man, just bombarded try after try. It was like on 100 tries by freaking half the season, man.
Yeah, he was top try scorer. I remember watching the highlights. I was like, holy shit.
Man, just like 4 tries a game. It was just like get him the ball and to sit back. No matter where you are on the field, it's just so naturally gifted. It was ridiculous.
I remember the year he came to St Mary's, he played like a few Ron Massey games. He went straight up to Cup and then they won the grand final that year.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember sitting down, turning the telly on, and it was like Penrith versus whoever, and there he was debuting. And I was like, that didn't take long at all. I feel like Canberra really missed out, man.
Yeah,
they let a gem go there, and it's just been so good to watch him grow now.
Yeah, they kept him in Shield the whole year. He didn't play any matches.
Yeah, and it was just crazy. I was like, what do you like? They could have moved him up to Massey just to give him that more of that experience, with the sort of the first graders and stuff, but they just kept him there. I don't know what they were thinking. And then whenever St Mary's, and bang, bang, next thing you know, he's playing NRL. And then next thing you hear is at Parramatta, and you're like, what? What is wrong with these guys?
I know.
Sign him, keep him.
And now he's killing it.
Oh, good on him though, man. He deserves everything. He's so humble, bro.
Yeah, he's the nicest bloke, man, honestly.
You won't find anybody nicer, man. Honestly, it's just, yeah.
So how did you get into FC11? How did you come about that?
I think it just popped up one day. Hey,
on Facebook?
Yeah, man. You know how it is. You talk about something, you talk about footy and something pops up somewhere, and I was just like, what? And I was like, this looks like a pretty good opportunity, and at the time, I think I was sort of trying to see where I wanted to go again, like work-wise or just qualification-wise, and that came up, and I thought, I'll just apply and see what happens, and had the meeting. I think it was with Renee and Nathan. Yeah. And man, he was like, man, let's do it. And I was like, yeah, let's do it, man. So that's where that journey began. And I'll tell you what, I don't miss those conditioning sessions, man.
No. What's your thoughts on that course though? Like a lot of people got basically nothing out of it.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, I'm not trying to bag anybody. I'm not trying to bring anybody down. I'm not trying to bad talk any corporation that's signed to it. But I don't know what it was supposed to lead to. I wouldn't have gotten into Mounties if I didn't have a previous relationship with Mounties. Yeah. As a player, as a coach, or whatever. Like I would not have gotten to that position because of what we did at FC11 at the Panthers. That was all. Obviously, the key word that we always use is networking. Do you know what I mean? Like that, I don't know what anyone can get from that degree. You can't even. I don't know what to use it for, man. The experience of, I guess, knowing body parts and, you know, all these workouts and high performance and all that, which I get. And a lot of the boys kind of knew that going in, I guess, playing previously and stuff. But I don't know, man, for what we did and were put through in the amount, I don't think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was a very expensive experience.
Very, man. And to come out with nothing, like absolutely zero. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's why they went bankrupt.
Yeah. Well, there you go, man. There's your nail in the coffin. Honestly, like I can't, everything that I did after that was on the back of just networking, using previous connections, kind of using what I did pick up through the course. But I ended up working at Mounties, you know, Canterbury Cup, and then I opened up my own business as well. But, you know, you hit a sort of roadblocks when it came to it because the qualifications I sort of offered weren't what we needed in the industry.
Yeah.
You know, you'd go to start something or do something, they're like, no, you actually need this. And you were just like, I don't know what to say. And they're like, you have to do a whole new a year or so. I was like, really? I just did a whole year.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you want? But yeah.
Yeah, because I went to uni after for a year and a half, and I was like, is this really worth it? So I dropped out, man.
Oh, no way. What'd you do?
I was doing sport and exercise science.
Oh, bro, you should. Come on now.
Nah, bro, honestly, I didn't enjoy it. And
okay.
For me personally, I believe the whole industry is oversaturated, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was a point where it just went boom, you know, with that industry. So, yeah.
And I'm loving what I'm doing now, so I don't regret it.
So you should, man. So you should. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You know, like I think for too long we sort of just went along that path. It was sort of like, what can I do to please other people?
Yeah.
You know, or should I do this to make sure I stay with the pack? But you know what I mean? Like I think by now everyone should realize that we should be doing what we want to do, what makes us happy.
Yeah, everyone's on their own path.
That's it. Exactly. Everyone is. And, you know, you may need a little motivation to do it. And, and then you kickstart. Like I've watched you start whenever you have, and I swear it's been amazing to watch you, man. Knowing you personally, but then putting that aside and just watching you grow as a brand has been amazing. Like Cheers, what man. You've done, you should be so proud of. Like I use Ice, I use Kerwin. You know, all these guys, I watch all these guys and I think, see, a lot of people watch them and think, oh, these guys are talking positive all the time, like they're talking rubbish, you know, like stop faking it. But it's not, man. If you're passionate about something, it's what you're going to do. You're going to push no matter what happens, which is, you know, where, you know, this new journey I'm starting my family has come from. Like I'm watching all you guys, I'm like, you know what? You know, for a while people are like, you know, we love what you guys do, but you guys never put enough stuff up. And I thought, you know what? Let's just for fun start something with our family. You know, we love traveling, we love camping, all this stuff. So this came about, but then it's grown a lot faster than we thought. So it's amazing, man. And it's so, you know this too, it's so fulfilling. Like it just you, and I've said this before a couple of times, like it's put me in such a good place mentally because it's like I'm just happy with life at the moment.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, it's awesome, especially when you receive messages from people saying, you know, you've inspired them to, you know, start their own, you know, business or whatever else. You know, it's such a good feeling.
It is, man. It's so good, so good. And you're doing a great job, bro.
Yeah, cheers, man. I really appreciate it. So you had 1 year at Mounties, and then what happened after
that? So we ended up moving to Melbourne. Yeah, so we moved to Melbourne. My wife's work sort of took us there. It was a great opportunity. So we thought, you know, we haven't been in Melbourne before. Let's check out Melbourne. So we went there. It was pretty good. Probably wouldn't recommend it. It's pretty much what it is now, man. What you see on the news, it's just cold and horrible. Yeah, it's just, oh man, like I don't think the kids enjoyed it either. But it was good. Like, you know, we made the most of it. I kicked off my business in Melbourne. Yeah, and it was actually quite successful. You know, I had clients on board, both single and couples. Like, it was so good. Just doing like strength and conditioning. And
because I remember you talking about it at TAFE, and I was like, I can't wait to see him actually start it.
Yeah, I was always keen, man. I was always keen, and like the moment I saw my opportunity, I was like, I'm going for it. So just shot my shot, and that kicked off, and it was so good. I ended up like collabing with City Council over there. like my local council, which is great. I ended up doing boot camps and like other sessions in schools, which is good. And yeah, just sort of spread from there. And it was great. Ended up also, so there was a guy over there running Melbourne Oztag.
Yep.
JC. So he obviously, it wasn't as big as it is in New South Wales, man. It's like second rugby league. Like, and every second person's playing it over there. Queensland as well. It's massive. But over there, he wanted to start it out. So he ended up, I just randomly again saw on Facebook that there was trials for Australian Championships. You know, and Melbourne Oztag have finally decided to put a team in first year. And I thought, bro, we'd be keen to get back into Oztag because I didn't play Oztag for about 2-3 years before that. So then I went and met him, and it was just such a nice bloke, man. He was just really passionate about the sport. And I obviously loved Oztag too because I played that right from when I was young as well.
Yeah.
And that was just an adventure on its own, man, just being a part of that and then watching him open up different venues everywhere. And it was just good, man. It was really good. But that was pretty much Melbourne in a nutshell, man. Just, yeah, that was it.
And for the listeners, what is the business that you started?
So for my sports business, it's Spartan Sports Performance Clinic.
Yep.
Again, so as soon as I came here, one thing I did realise in Queensland, it is such an oversaturated industry.
Yeah.
Like every second person on the Gold Coast is a personal trainer, is a strength and conditioning coach. So it was just like I got here and it's just like, wow, just like my area alone, I think I counted no less than 60.
Yeah.
60 businesses. And then there was about maybe 5 gyms. And I was just sort of like, what am I going to do? How am I going to refresh this brand? So it's still there at the moment. But obviously I've taken other avenues now. So I've gotten really heavily back into Oztag.
Yep.
In Queensland. So I now work for Queensland Oztag.
Nice.
As a sports development officer. So yeah, go around to the schools, run Oztag clinics. Get them in love with the sport. Most of them are already in love with the sport because they play it.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are new to it, but the moment they start playing and think, oh, it's rugby league, it's a good sport, for all those parents that are worried about putting their kids in because they're worried about them getting hurt in rugby league. I just tell them straight out, it's rugby league without the contact.
Yep.
Exactly. As soon as they get that in their mind, these kids, man, some of these kids are so naturally talented. They've never played before. And then you go to you do a clinic with them. You do a 45-minute clinic, and you're looking at the next Preston Campbell, the next Jared Hayne, all these blokes, and you think to yourself, "Holy crap!"
gives the kids confidence as well, especially those smaller ones.
Yeah. So when I moved to that was last year. Went through a local venue, met the owners Ben and Selena, and they were lovely, man. They were doing a really good job with it. And then they advertised the role for the sports development role, and I was like, oh man, that is something. It's something we wanted to do. Like especially when I was the NRL clinics and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I've got the experience. Give me a shot. And they were like, yeah, we want you, blah blah. So ended up hitting up all the schools, doing all the clinics, and it went so well, man. So I think we ended up getting like over 800 kids to join up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the number, but it was a massive number. It was the biggest one in Queensland, from what I remember. It was just so good to see, man. There was kids everywhere. We went from having 4 fields to having like 8 fields open.
Yeah,
and it was just packed from whatever time we started to whatever time we finished. Ended up getting Sports Development Officer of the Year last year.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah, man. So that was just unbelievable. Like I know when I got told I was nominated, I was sort of like, I don't think I'm going to win it. It's my first year, but just being nominated, I was blessed. They're like, come to the awards night, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I went up to the Sunshine Coast where the head office is, and then just sitting there, man, they called out my name, and I was just like, what? You kidding me? Like, I was like, this is crazy. Like, you don't sort of look for recognition when you do stuff like this because to me, it's not really a job. I go out there, I do it with these kids. I think I have more fun than they do. You get to run around with a footy all day, man. Kicking balls during the break, you're kicking goals. Like it's not really a job, but
you get to be a kid again.
Yeah, all day long, Monday to Friday. You get to be a kid with a footy in your hand, But like I said, you don't look for that recognition, but it was sort of nice to get it. You know what I mean? It was just sort of a good little accomplishment. I say.
Yeah, I love Oztag, man. Like I'm playing State Cup this year. Finally getting back into it. Yeah.
UB. So you're playing for?
Just Penrith.
Penrith, yeah, okay. Nice. No, it's good. Yeah. I was I was a bit devo, man, when obviously COVID hit.
Yeah.
And they cancelled these Australian championships because definitely would have been there for that. And then yeah, that's just crazy. I got a best mate that plays for the Patriots now for the Australian championships. Yeah, I was playing for the Warriors beforehand, so he was telling me how it's cancelled now. They're moving that. And I was like, dang, it would have been good to come down and see you guys though. It's good that you're back, man. That's awesome. So did you completely stop playing league or?
No, like I was playing league still this year. I was playing Shield and Massey for Windsor.
Oh, nice.
But we played the first round and then COVID hit and they cancelled the whole season.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, all that hard work, bro, for like nothing.
I've talked to a couple of mates and they're like, that would be a bit bad. I'm like, bad? You go through preseason, mentally, physically smashing your body, smashing your mind. You get yourself prepped for the season. You have one game and then get told that that's it.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot to take in, man. Like as a footy player, you feel it.
Yeah, really I was so confident about this year. Like I was going to have a good year, play a lot of Massey games.
Yeah.
And then that hit and I just like kind of stopped the training and let myself go for a few months. But, now I'm back on track.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, I guess.
That's it, man. It is what it is. Can't do much, man. Well, good luck for State Cup, though. I reckon you'll smash it. Yeah, mixed or what division?
Just the seconds. Like I only joined up for extra fitness for preseason.
Yeah.
And I ended up in the team.
Made you captain and then the beast, though.
Nah. So in regards to, Spartan Sports Development, where are you looking to take that? Or is that just on hold at the moment?
At the moment, look, honestly, it's on hold at the moment. My focus, obviously, at the moment is my family, my studies, and as you can see behind me, the new sort of brand we're trying to take off. Like I said, we started off just as a fun thing, just so we could sort of have just something for the kids to look at when they got older.
Bro, that's why I'm doing this. Like I realized my future kids, they can actually go back to my first videos and see my journey from then to now.
Yeah.
Bro. That's awesome.
That's all we were doing it for. Just so they can, when they get older too, hit those 18s, 20s, whatever, and go back and go, wow, these are the adventures we went on. Like, this is crazy. This was my childhood. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted them to look back on. And then it's sort of, it is, man. You start off little and then you get the itch to do more and you want to better yourself. You want to grow the band and you think, what if I do a little bit more? So now, like I was saying before, like we've got a custom trailer coming. It's not here yet, so I haven't spoken about it much, So once that drops, obviously everyone will know about it. We're thinking about getting some merch done. We're constantly trying to better the brand, trying to push further the boundaries to see where we can travel to. The dream one day would be to obviously travel around Australia. I guess that's the dream. Pack the family up and just hit state to state. But yeah.
Where are you looking to take the brand as like, you're just looking to make heaps of cool content from it and see what happens, get sponsors and that?
See, I was talking to the wife about this before, I was just like I said, man, like we honestly didn't think it'd be where it is today. Like people sharing our stuff. Like we've got people like Oz Trail Australia. Like these guys are a massive camping company. They're sharing our reviews. We had people like Anaconda like our stuff. Yeah. Trailer companies sharing our stuff. So it's come as a surprise. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing. I absolutely love it. But it's it's starting off small. Look, like I said, the merch is coming. We're putting a bit more effort in now. We're trying to make custom trailers so we can go places that you wouldn't usually be able to go to. I wouldn't mind it getting bigger. I wouldn't mind starting a podcast around this industry.
You should. That'd be awesome.
Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think I've seen much, about this sort of traveling. Like I know there's traveling, but camping-wise, I don't think there's much people that have touched on that. So I think that might be a bit of a new market for me to go into.
You should talk about all the cool destinations, like tips and stuff like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that's there as well. But like I said, man, we're fairly new. So for where we are at the moment, I'm happy, and I don't think I've taken any extra steps just yet.
Yeah.
But just where we're at the moment, I'm happy. It's growing. I'm going to let it do that, and then who knows? Who knows where it's going to take us, bro?
Yeah, I can't wait to see where it leads, man. You'll be bringing out heaps of vlogs and podcasts, bro. It's crazy.
I think
that's the first step, and then you just keep rolling on with it.
Yeah, and that's it. And I've put like a bit of content on now, and I've tried. I've used stuff before, video editing and stuff like that, but I've taken it serious with this with this brand that we've got, Escape With The Kumars. I thought, you know what? Let's just make it current, make it relevant. But at the same time, like I said, it was for fun, so I wasn't trying to, impress people.
Yeah.
But like I've been quite pleased with the content we've put out already. But like I said, the last trip that we went to, the people were great. The location was amazing. We're having a great time. But with camping, rain doesn't get along with it. So we had to sort of cut our trip short. So hopefully we've got another trip booked in August, around the 13th. So
and where's that to?
Sorry?
Where are you going on that trip?
So it's in Queensland as well. It's about an hour and a half from us. It's in Lumley Hill. It's Lake Wivenhoe, I think it is. So again, it's just like bush. So it's not really like your resorts. So it's going to be really good. Like, one of the things the kids were looking forward to was a campfire, but we weren't allowed to have that.
Yeah.
In the last place. So little things like that, man. And I'm so ready to pump out some content. Like, I am so ready. The good thing about that first trip was it was sort of a learning curve. You know, this is sort of, like I said, this was sort of new to me. So I was like, how do I record? What do I record? When do I record?
Record everything, bro.
That's it. What do I take a picture of? Do I talk? Do I not talk? What's the go? And it's just sort of like, how long does it have to be? All these little questions. But like I said, that first trip sort of taught me what I needed to do, or we needed to do to provide that content for everybody to go, oh man, I can't be there, but I was just there. Like, that was amazing. He made it really down to earth and stuff like that. So
yeah, just vlog everything and then just pick and choose what you want.
That's what I'm going to do, man. I'm just going to record hit in the morning and then turn it off at night. That's it.
So besides what you're doing, what other hobbies do you have?
Other hobbies? Look, to be honest, it's such a busy. I'm always busy, and people that knew me, and obviously you back then, I don't think I've stopped moving since I was about 15. To be honest. So again, hobbies. But I love fishing. Any chance I can sort of get, I love fishing. So I'll get out and do that when I can. Trying to get a kayak very soon, because I used to have one of those, and that was probably one of the best feelings, being out there on your own, just quietly fishing away from everything.
What's the biggest fish you've caught?
It was a shovel-nosed shark. No, shovel-nosed ray, I think it was. And it was probably about a metre, but then the tail was a bit longer. Yeah. And that was down in Wollongong, man. It was night fishing with one of my best mates. And then that same night, we caught like a flathead, and that was massive too, man. I can't remember how big that was. That was massive. I was just like, I didn't think flatheads could get that big, because all those places around Penrith and Liverpool, like, you never got big flatheads.
Yeah.
Not out of those waters. But yeah, I think hobbies as well, man. Just Oztag, man. Oztag's my release. Like, can't play football now. I'm too broken, too old. So it's sort of like, I'll do Oztag for now. So
how many nights a week are you playing?
It's starting again this week, so we're quite lucky. Starts on Tuesday down at Kumar, and Wednesday. So Tuesday's mixed, Division 1, and then Wednesdays is men's as well. I think it's Div A as well. So
nice. That's
good, awesome, man. Yeah, no, definitely. That's it, man. And obviously the family. Any time with them is always blessed. So
it's good to get the body moving again as well. Like, did you do much training over the COVID period, or?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I did. I don't know how it's happened, but I think I've lost weight in COVID without running. But yeah, no, I'm going to be blowing tomorrow night for sure, man. I'll sit out on the wing. do my best Sivo impression.
Yeah. So do you do any sort of, personal development?
So look, honestly, at the moment, when it comes to personal development, just to try to better myself, I'm always trying to just anything, whether it's sports, whether it's something online, whether it's, like I said, I've just signed up to become a teacher.
Yep.
I thought, you know what? I love working with kids. I love that teaching aspect. What can I do to impact children, even teenagers and stuff? I thought, teacher. Why not? So that's something that I've taken on board as a massive personal development.
How long is that degree you're going to do?
Oh, it's about 3 years, man. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. The good thing is it's online. So whenever I guess I want to smash it out.
Do you find it hard to get the motivation, especially when it's online?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. I'm a very practical learner.
Yeah.
I can read, and do it however they want, whatever. I'll type it out, I'll give it to them. But it's just, I'm so hands-on, it's ridiculous, man. Like, if you were to put me in a school for a year and teach me, like, how to be a teacher and, all the other stuff, I'd do it in a year and I'll smash it out.
Yeah.
But now when I sit here and every night it's like, I've got to do this essay, I've got to do that. It's like, do I really want to do this essay? Do I really want to do this? But it's like, it's got to be done, so it is what it is. And, it's going to smash it out.
Yeah, it should be an exciting journey for you.
It is, man. It is. Yeah, it is.
So on a more serious note, what would you say has been, your biggest struggle in life and how have you overcome it?
Biggest struggle? Biggest struggle was probably earlier on in life, man. Like I touched on earlier. It was sort of like I didn't really know my place.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what I had to do. I was so young, but there was so much around me. But at the same time, I was like, I need to be strong. So it's just like, what am I going to do? And, I think the biggest thing that came to mind was, is this what the rest of my life's going to be like? Like, am I going to be stuck in this same position? Am I ever going to leave? Am I going to be able to leave? And I think that sort of carried on a bit, sort of like trying to find my identity.
Yeah.
Sort of like, I'm playing footy, make a bit of money. But it's like, is that what I want to do? Because of my past life, like, when I was younger, that was probably the biggest struggle for me. It was just trying to find my identity and my life purpose. Does that make sense? It was just so much, I guess, sad and bad stuff. It was so like, what good can come of this, honestly? Like, what can I do to make this any better? Because it doesn't look like I've got no options. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously living with a single parent.
In life now?
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. My kids are my life, man. Definitely. They're who I work for, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's, these school clinics or, if I'm working somewhere else. It's sort of, I've got to be the best I can where I am to make sure that these guys have everything.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's definitely, it's them. They're, my kids, my family are my purpose.
Yeah.
So I don't care what I'm doing or what I'm studying, I've got to be the best I can at it to make sure I can provide for these guys. And the best thing about that as well is, like, I have such a beautiful and strong family. They don't need that from me. They don't want that from me. But because of who I am and what I went through, it's what I want to give them. And they're accepting of that.
Yeah. It's also, being a good role model for them and showing them, what hard work can achieve.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So where do you see yourself in the next few years? Obviously finishing uni.
Yeah, finishing this degree. I don't want to stop at being a PE teacher. I wouldn't mind becoming like a head role in sports and recreation. So whether it's being in the actual school or working outside the school and getting in contact with different schools to organise sporting events.
Yep.
Introducing new sports, introducing new programs, even engaging with, major sporting brands in Australia, the NRL, the AFL, NBA, NBL, like all these guys.
Yep.
Just being like, I want to be that contact guy, the middleman, just planning, programming, designing something new. That's the aim goal. But obviously at the same time, working with the schools, because that's the whole idea, is to better. It's almost like, I don't want to be a youth worker, but it's almost like being there for these kids, making sure that every one of them has a direction or has at least something in front of them to choose from, not being sort of like, don't know what to do with myself.
If you got that, head role, what changes would you make? Like, is there any lacking in the school system in regards to, sport and recreation?
You know what? I've actually experienced this firsthand. So I don't know if you, obviously, because I mentioned it earlier, like working with the council and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it came to my knowledge that a lot of the people that are in the positions they are don't have any real world experience. So, they've gotten that degree and sort of went straight into the office.
Yeah, exactly.
I know me going in there, I've sort of, and I know we said this earlier, we started playing footy pretty late, but at the same time, we're pretty young, 11 and 10. So we could say we started off at grassroots. You know what I mean? So we kind of know what it took for all that to work and how that works. We got to mingle with the parents, mingle with the volunteers and stuff. And I feel like a lot of these guys that are up there haven't done that before. So I think me going there and having that real world experience, like depending on what there was, I haven't been in that role, so I'm not too sure what it does entail. But I know that if I got there and had all this experience, I would be a bit more open-minded, because I do know that a couple of people that I work with was just so tunnel vision. And I was like,
they just follow the book.
Exactly. And if you just step outside the tunnel a little bit, it opens up a whole new avenue.
Yeah.
And that's when I worked there, and I did come up with a lot of ideas at the time, just working with kids with disability and stuff, and just, having all this different stuff. And the fact that he didn't know that and he was there for so many years, I was just like, what was your thought process behind it all? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely. I think that's a real world experience is what I would bring to the role.
Yeah, I believe life experience trumps fucking degrees any day.
Oh, man, the amount of times I've had this discussion with so many friends in my life, it's sort of like that person's got a degree but doesn't even know how to, interact with that person in front of them.
Yeah.
So it's just like the robots, man. Just, life experience, man. And exactly. that's why I believe no matter what I do now and what I've been a part of is because of my real life experience. Yep. I know how low it can get and how hard you have to work. So now when it comes, it doesn't come easy, but I know I've got to put that extra 10% in. I never want to be like that again. So
yeah. So last question, what is your definition of success?
My definition of success. That's a tough one, man. Because again, just to touch on growing up, man, success was always hard. So my just hard work, perseverance, and just being humble. You know what I mean? Like, we're blessed where we all currently are, as we are. We just need to stay humble and push. Like a lot of people sit back and think success will come just like that one day. If they do this or buy that or, follow that person on this. I just think my key to success, and it always has been, is to always remain humble, stay blessed, and just push. That's my definition of success.
When your time's up on this earth, what's one thing you'd like to be remembered for?
I don't know, man. Just that down to earth guy, man. Just somebody that was always there, but always just pushed forward. Was always there for you, sort of thing. Just like I said, with my family, man. I want to be known as that family guy, that family man. Just so if I was there, if I was my last day, I wanted to go. This guy was just absolutely amazing to his wife, to his kids. Definitely that, man. If I get remembered for that, that's it. I'll be blessed.
Sweet. And quickly, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm just going to move over this way a bit. So check out Escape With The Kumars. So it's at Escape With The Kumars on Instagram. We don't have a Facebook page or anything. Like I said, we're going to start off small. So definitely hit up Insta, Escape With The Kumars. And then, you got my personal page as well, David86 Kumar. So Insta. But definitely follow our camping page, man. That's where all the awesome content's going to drop, our merch and all our adventures.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all your travel adventures and hopefully get some merch from you. Would be nice.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. We're excited, man. Very excited.
Well, thank you for coming on and giving me your time, man. I really appreciate that as well.
No, thank you. The pleasure was all mine, man. Let's do it all again, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do, man. Cheers. Have a good one.
Take it easy.